Hello, this is a message for someone who's now realizing that they no longer like the same things they used to like. If this message is for you, you're going through a period where you're really coming to terms with the fact that your tastes have changed. Your tastes, possibly your values, your opinions, you have changed. Okay, and it might be catching you a little bit off guard. Okay, so the way you're noticing this, if this message is for you, is because suddenly you don't find the same things funny. That's number one. Number two, you don't like the same foods anymore. Your go-to foods have changed. Your go-to drinks have changed. Number three, you don't dress the same. Okay, you're not comfortable in the same kinds of clothes you were comfortable in before. Okay, number four, you like different smells. Different smells are getting a different reaction out of you. Okay, and number five, different things make you excited or cause you disgust. Okay, so now you're disgusted by things that weren't disgusting to you before, grossed out, and now you're also turned on by things that weren't attractive to you before. Okay, so if this is all happening for you and you're noticing this and you're resonating and you're sort of bewildered by these realizations, the message that's coming through is that this is actually just the signs of a larger change in you. These shifts you're noticing are just sort of the telltale signs that you have completely shifted timelines. You're in a different timeline than you used to be. You were on a different path before. Now you're in a, it's like we have infinite timelines available to us, actually. Infinite ways in which we can live out our destiny, but there's also infinite ways in which we can resist our destiny and live a karmic existence. Okay, so you went from one to another. So maybe before you were on your destiny and now you're on a karmic path, or maybe before you were on a karmic path and now you're on your destiny. Either way, there's been a major timeline shift for you, and those are the telltale signs. Now, you will know you're on your destiny path if your life has improved, if you've become happier, if you feel more fulfilled, and if you feel more on purpose, like your life is exact, like if you feel like things are exactly how they should be, kind of feeling. Conversely, if you change from your destiny to a karmic path, you might feel like you took the wrong turn somewhere and you might not be able to pinpoint where. Because when we shift from being on our destiny to being on a karmic path due to some unfortunate choices, let's just put it that way, we will, by the time we realize we did that, it will feel like, and I'm not a driver, but I've been in this situation a lot on the passenger side. You will feel like you're lost, like somewhere you took the wrong exit, and where are we now? Okay, so it will, like suddenly you're in a town you didn't intend to be in, and you don't even know where the hell you are at all, or how to get back in the highway, or something like that. It's, that's how it feels to you. You're disoriented in your new identity, and these changes you're noticing in you, and you feel sort of like who even am I? What happened to me? Okay, so that's how you feel if you went from being on your destiny path to being on being on a karmic path. Okay, now if you were before on a karmic path and you shifted to your destiny path, the feeling of change and shift and almost disorientation will be there too, but it will feel more like, finally, I feel like I'm on track. Okay, now I know what I'm doing. Oh, I guess that worked out. Oh, I guess things just figured themselves out. If that's how you're feeling, like pleasantly surprised, then that is this sign that the shift has been towards your rightful path, okay? So I guess this is a double message. The message for the ones who have found themselves shifted to a karmic timeline: can you readjust and go back to your destiny? Yeah-ish, maybe. I don't know what you did to have the universe rearrange this itself in this way for you. What's clear is whenever we shift from our destiny to a karmic path is because we fail some kind of major test, some major lesson we came here to learn. We have some kind of major failure in a test related to that lesson. So then the universe rearranges itself to double down on that lesson for you, because that was your agreement. You came here to learn that lesson. So it's almost like the lesson plan rearranges itself and says, no, I guess you can't go on to the next grade. You have to go on to this special program to redo this thing, but not even redo the year, but like do another alternative program to learn this thing. So when you get on one of those karmic paths, you can't always automatically shift back to your destiny so easily, okay? You might just have signed up for some long-term lessons. And so then that becomes your new path. And so you have to sort of, go through those cycles. And my advice to you then is to try and transcend those cycles. The more you learn, the more you pass your tests, the more you transcend those cycles, the more you'll be able to shift into a more aligned destiny path of your purpose, okay? Now, if you just shifted into your purpose, the key now is maintaining and continuing to pass the test. Don't think there will be no more tests. Now you have a new level of responsibility to maintain this path, okay? And so you will be tested to your all cycles to see if you engage again and you go back into a karmic cycle. And what you have to do is sort of transcend those. And that is hard work as well. But it's two different scenarios, okay? So again, if you're the person who just shifted into a karmic path, you want to transcend the cycles so you can realign with a path above karmic cycles, which might take time depending on what you got yourself into, okay? Like, I'm going to use a wild example, in my mind wild, maybe just for my reality wild, but not to someone else's. Let's say you got yourself in trouble with the law and you have to do 3 years probation. Well, that's a cycle you can't skip. You're going to have to just go through that cycle, and that's not probably your destiny and your path, but you're going to have to go through that cycle before you can align back into a different timeline, more aligned with your destiny. So you have to do that work. And what you have to hope for is that you can align yourself back once that cycle is over. You're able to transcend it, and you don't get yourself involved in more or longer cycles through the process of coping with this karmic cycle, if you know what I'm saying, okay? So that's your work if you're in that situation. Now, if you are in the just transcended my karmic timeline into a timeline of purpose and divine, a timeline of divine purpose, then it's all about not getting sucked back into those karmic cycles, okay? So that will be your work. I hope that was helpful.